Scholars, welcome back. So today we are going to be going over number 4 on page 215. This is from the assessment and review pages. So we're going over number 4, we're looking at this kite. So you are making a kite out of nylon fabric. Study the diagram. How much nylon fabric will you need to make the kite? So we're trying to find out how much fabric we need. So we're going to be finding area. So if you look, we have a width of 24 inches, all the way across is 24 inches, and a height of 36 inches. They also indicate that this portion right here, from this point to this point, is 12 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that on this piece of paper. So forgive my drawings, they're probably not going to be perfect. I'm going to do my best. Alright, so we have a kite. I told you it's not going to be the best. Alright, so we have our kite. There we go. And the height, they said, was 36 inches. And the width of the kite is 24 inches. They also told us, oh, she can't even see that. There we go. Okay. They also told us the length of here, right here, is 12 inches. Right there. This part right there is 12 inches. All right, so what we're going to do, we need to figure out the length of this portion, and this portion to figure out the area of the entire kite. Now what we are going to be doing, you probably already know that the area of a square is length times height. You can also say base times width, it's the same thing. So to find the area of a square, if this was a square for instance, you would do this portion times this portion and you'd get the area of the entire square. For triangles, you do something a little bit different. We still do base times height. So I'm going to put down area. So this is area of a triangle, okay? Area of a triangle. You still do base times height, but if you notice, a triangle is about half, or it is half of a square. So we're going to do 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 base times height will give us the area of a triangle. Now if you notice, this length right here, they told us it was 24 inches. They told us this was 24 inches. It looks to me like this is exactly half. So this is like a mirror image. A kite is a mirror image. So this portion right here is the same as this portion right here. So if we did 24 divided by 2, we would get 12 inches. So each of these lengths is 12 inches. Okay? Alright, so we know that this part right here is 12, and we know that this part right here is 12. So we need to do some math. We're going to put in for base 12. And we're going to put in for height 12. But don't forget, we still need to put in our 1/2. So when we multiply this through, 12 times 12 is 144. But we still have that 1/2. So when we do half of 144, that will give us, does anyone know? 72. Now when we do area, we always finish it off with the unit. So our unit is inches. And you're going to finish it off with squared. So 72 inches squared. Okay? Alright, so we know that the area of this entire piece is 72 inches squared, and this entire piece is 72 inches squared. So I'm going to write that down over here. So we have 72 inches squared plus 72 inches squared. And I'm going to go ahead and add those together. So 2 plus 2 is 4, and 7 plus 7 is 14. So we have 144 inches squared for these two pieces. So we just figured out this whole section right here is 144 inches squared. Now we have to look at these parts right here. I'm going to do it in a different color so we don't get confused. Alright, so we already know that the height of the entire kite is going to be 36 inches. We also know that this portion right here is 12 inches. So if we know if the entire thing is 36 and this portion is 12, how would we find out this portion? We would subtract, right? So we're going to do 36 minus 12. We're trying to figure out this part right here. So 36, the total, minus this portion will give us this portion. So 6 minus 2 is 4, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So this part right here is 24 inches. This part right here. Alright, so we already know that this side right here, this length right here, is 12, and this height is 24. Now we're going to do area of a triangle, because this is a triangle. So area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. Our base is 12 inches, and our height is 24 inches. Don't forget the 1/2 part. Alright, so we need to go ahead and multiply. There's a couple ways we can do this. We could say half of 12 is 6, and then multiply 6 times 24. We could do half of 24 is 12, and multiply 12 times 12. We could multiply 12 times 24 and then divide by 2. There's many, many different ways. I'm going to go ahead and do half of 24 is 12. So I'm taking this part over here, and I'm multiplying 1/2 times 24, and that equals 12. And then I'm going to bring down this other 12 here. So I just took this part and multiplied it by this part, and I got 12, and then I brought down the other 12. We know that 12 times 12 is 144. So the area of this whole triangle right here is 144 inches squared. Since this triangle is a mirror image of this triangle, we know that this triangle is also 144 inches squared. So we are going to add up 144 inches squared plus 144 inches squared. And we are going to add this part right here, which is also 144 inches squared. So this entire part is 144 inches squared, this entire part is 144 inches squared, and this entire part is 144 inches squared. So we're going to be adding 3 144 inches together. I'm actually going to do this in a different color. So we're going to have 144 inches squared plus 144 inches squared We know that 144 plus 144, we can do simple math, but 4 plus 4 is 8, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 1 plus 1 is 2. We still have that other 144 to add, because remember we said we have 3 144s to add together. So 144 inches squared, can't forget that part. 8 plus 4 is 12, carry the 1. 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13, carry the 1. 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. So 432 inches squared. 432 inches squared. So our answer is 432 inches squared. If you wanted to write this out in words, you could also say 432 squared inches. They're both the same thing. If you guys have any questions about this or any of the pages from the review and the assessment, any of these questions, please let me know. You can email me, you can message me on Google Classrooms, and you can also come to tutoring. I'm always here to help, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye, guys.